Hi, my name is Kirsten Wheeler, and this is my audience. And I'm going to be doing my speech over the different basketball shots that you guys can do. A lot of people think that you can pick up a basketball and just shoot, but there's actually a lot of technique to each shot you do, and very, very different on each one that you do. The shots that I'm going to be talking about today are the most common and some of my personal favorites. There's a method that I've used when I played and traveled all over the place of AAU basketball, and it's called BEEF. Balance, eyes, elbow, and follow through. If you use this method, it will help you a lot in this game because balance is huge. If you're not balanced on your shot, there's no telling where it's going to go. You have no control over it. Your eyes are super important when you keep them up at all times and you have it on the goal when you shoot each shot. Your elbow is also really important. You don't want your elbow sticking out because you don't have the control that you would have. You want it underneath and not too much, and this hand just on the side as a balance when you come through. Your follow through is one of the most important in this because if you don't have a follow through, you don't have that arch that you'll need for it to go in. If you just sling it through, there's no telling where your ball's going to go. So make sure you have the follow through up and extend through on each shot. The first one that I'm going to go over with you today is the free throw. And there are different kinds of free throws that you can do. Some people like to jump, some people line up differently. I've always done the same thing on each shot, and I line up my right foot to the center of the goal. And I'm kind of sideways, but not too much when I line up. And just extend through, and that's my free throw. I've used the same technique since I was in kindergarten when I started basketball. So the next shot that I'm going to work with you with is the jump shot. It's a very important shot in this game when you are coming down and steal the ball and you have to jump shot before your opponent, before you get blocked. And if you're shorter, this is also very important. So demonstrate this, come through, jump. That's the jump shot. That's one of my favorite shots that I used. Another one I'm going to work with you with is the fadeaway. The fadeaway is a tricky shot because you are falling backwards, so your momentum is going backwards, so make sure you have the ball or you will not get it. So this shot, I use it off the spin, come here, and it does take more practice because it is a different feel, but if you practice on it, it could be one of your favorites. Another one is the turnaway shot that I'm going to work with, and it is a more difficult shot because you are faced back, and a lot of people like to be faced forward when they do their moves. It's a lot easier for them. So you have your back faced, it can be more difficult, but you get comfortable with it. Maybe have the other way that I like to do. Here. Okay. So those are some of the other shots. There's another one that I like to do. It was my personal favorite. It's the floater when I'm coming down. It is a very effective shot when you are tall. Come in, float it in. And another one that I would like to work is the three-point shot. The three-point shot is very important because if you are in a game and you don't have very much time on the clock and you need 3 points instead of 2, you're going to have to go for the 3-point. You can't go for the 2 and try to get the foul call because if you don't get it, you lose. So a 3-point is very important as well. It is a tougher shot because it's far away, but it's one of my favorites. And you definitely have to practice those. I'd go in the gym, practice for hours on 3-point shots all day on all different angles. They're all the way around. The corners are always very tough shots. Another one I would like to work with you is the layups. There are many different kinds of layups that you can do, and some of my favorites is the normal one is very easy. Some people have a hard time with the legs. You don't want to put up your left leg when you're going on your right side because it's going to off balance you. You want to make sure you're right and left and left. So when you come in here, lay it up with the right side, and with your left you do the same with your left. It's just a regular layup. And there's another one that is my absolute favorite. It's when you come through and you go underneath the goal and flip it this way when you're on the sideline and you have an opponent there and you can't get that one shot off, but when you get around them and you can flick it behind. It is harder, but if you practice, then you can get it. There's that one. That was my favorite shot because I played down low on the baseline because I am taller. So that was a very effective shot for me. Another important shot that I think in the game of basketball is the fadeaway, the step back. This is a very effective shot. It can be down low or on the 3-point line to create the spacing that you need to get the shot off. This is by far my favorite shot, and that I used on the 3-point line and down low. When you do it, you just do the step back to create the space that you need to get that shot off. I am taller, so it was easier for me, but for somebody that is short, to create the distance that you need for somebody like me to block your shot, it can be effective. So these are just some of the different shots that I would like that you need to work on and practice. Practice is always important when you are to do this. I would practice for hours and hours at a time to get all these different shots down. You're not going to be perfect when you do it one time. You're going to have to constantly go over and spend lots and lots of time at this. If you use that beef method with balance, eyes, elbow, and follow through, then hopefully you will be successful in the game of basketball.